back to Simply Saffron. I'm Kulcha, and today I'm going to show you a recipe of an Indian bread, which is probably the second most ordered bread in the Indian restaurants other than naan. So this is today's recipe. The bread is usually a breakfast bread, which is called Amritsari aloo kulcha, which is aloo is the potato and the name of the bread is kulcha, and it is from the city of Amritsar in the state of Punjab of India, and that's why it is called Amritsar. The city is Amritsar, so Amritsari aloo kulcha. It's a breakfast bread, and usually it is served with a chickpea curry called Amritsari chole. But today I'm making it as a dinner item, so I'm going to serve it with ground chicken curry called achari chicken masala. So we are going to make the dough. First we'll make the dough, then we are going to make the potato filling, which will go inside the dough. So we'll start with the dough. We need, I'm making about 10 to 12 of kulcha, so I'm taking about 4 cups of flour. This is all-purpose flour, and if you want, you can just half the size of the recipe. So just got the 3 cups and the 4th cup. And we are going to add about 3 teaspoonfuls of sugar, about half a teaspoonful of baking soda, half a teaspoonful of baking powder, and a little bit of salt. I would say about half a teaspoonful of salt. And we'll add about 2 tablespoons of butter. So first we are going to, I'm just using my hand, mix everything up. Then we'll add the butter to it, and we'll make small crumbles just like pie crust. We'll rub the flour all together. Now I have mixed in all the butter in there. Just the room temperature butter works fine. You don't have to have the ice cold butter. And then we have a room temperature yogurt, which I have stirred a little bit. This is about a cup of yogurt. So I'm going to add that to the flour mixture. And again, I'm using my hands to mix them up. We have mixed in the yogurt, and now we are going to add milk to make it a little softer dough, like a little shaggy and softer dough. You can use water instead of the milk too, and if everything works fine. I just use the milk, make it a little softer, that's it. So we'll keep on slowly add the milk. This is about, right now I am using about 2 cups of milk. So let's see how much I need. And you can see it's soft and a little bit of shaggy. So we are going to take the dough, make a little mound like this, and leave it in the bowl, cover it with saran wrap, and then we are going to leave it for around 45 minutes, from half an hour to 45 minutes, just like that, covered. And then we'll show you how to do the filling. While the dough is resting, we are going to start with the filling. So I have 3 potatoes which have been boiled and mashed, and then I have about 1 tablespoon each of coriander seeds and cumin seeds, which I have dry roasted, and then I'm going to crush them and make it a powder and add it to this one. So I'm going to use a mortar and pestle and crush it. Not it's going to be a little coarse powder, so you can get the bite of it when you make the filling. I'm crushing it or grinding it, just a little bit of coarseness. You don't need to make it a fine powder. So I'm gonna add see how coarse it is. That's give the taste. So it's about 2.5 tablespoons when after grinding. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoonful of dried mango powder. You get this in Indian store, but if you don't have it, you can just use plain lime juice. This gives the sourness to the filling. Then I'm gonna add a cup of chopped onions now and chopped green chilies. These are serrano chilies, and if you don't want it, you can just take it off. You don't need to add the onions. The smaller you can make, the better it is. So there goes. And then a few cilantro leaves chopped. We're going to add more when we make the dough, when we are going to roll the dough. And lastly, we are going to add about half a teaspoonful of this is rock salt, black salt or rock salt. You can add the pink Himalayan salt. So this one gives a little bit of flavor to it, an extra flavor. It has got a distinct smell. So that's about it. Now we are going to mix it all together, and then we are going to be ready with the dough. We have the dough here. It's been resting for last 45 minutes, so I'm going to take it out and add a little bit of flour and just make it a little pliable. Just a few turns. So we have knead the dough well enough. Now what we are going to do is just with the heel of your palm, you're going to spread it like this, and just like a rectangle shape. Okay, this is good enough, about an inch thick. Now what we are going to do, take some butter and spread it on top of it. You don't want to put a lot of butter, because then when you are heating it in the griddle, it falls off. So just enough. It all depends on you. If you want more butter, that's fine, but I think this is good enough. Then we are going to sprinkle some flour on top of it, and we'll take the one end, make 1/4, and take the other end and put it on top of it and press it. Then we're going to press it again and again with the heel of your palm. Just press it and like this. And when it is spread enough, then we are going to spread another layer of butter, just like that. Just a thin layer. And once it is done, we are going to repeat the same process. Sprinkle some flour on it. And then we'll take one end and join with the other end, just like this. Press them together and make a log. Now I've made a big long log like thing, so I'm going to make 12 kulcha rounds from here. So I'll take a bench scraper and just cut it into half. So each one will produce 6. So 1, 2, 3, 6. Same way we are going to do with this log. So we have make like 12 pieces. We'll take each of them, make a round like this, and just with the thumb press it and try to make a pocket. So once this is done, we'll take the potato filling, make a small like a hole, put it in the middle and wrap the dough around it just like you do in wontons, and squeeze all of them together, tuck it in, and it's done. So that's how I'm going to make the rest of them. So I have made all the small balls and flatten them up. Now I'm going to take some flour, sprinkle it. Usually, like traditionally, they are flattened using the hands, like spreading just like that, but I'm going to use the rolling pin, it's faster. I think we have reached the size that we want. You can still do this, make it small indents. And now we are going to, traditionally again this is made in the tandoor, the clay oven, but we are going to do on a plain griddle. So my griddle is heating up. I'm going to brush some water on top of it. So we have brushed water on one side. The water side we are going to put it on the griddle, and then again we're going to press it a little bit with our fingertips. And we'll brush a little bit of water on top, just like that. Give some cilantro on top. And then what we are going to do, take the griddle and turn it upside down and let it roast in the flame, direct flame, for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once you're done, this is how it will look. Now I'm going to put some butter on top of it. And here you go. I'm going to use a tongue, and you can see if you turn it upside down, the golden color of and your kulcha is ready, the masala kulcha. So we are done with the Amritsari aloo kulcha or potato kulcha. So we are I'm going to show you how to plate it. We're going to cut it into wedges. And a little sprinkle of the cilantro on top, and there you go. And here you go, your Amritsari aloo kulcha, and we are going to serve it with achari keema. The recipe is coming soon for achari keema. Just keep following my YouTube channel. So happy baking, happy cooking. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on my YouTube channel, Simply Saffron by Pooja Seal. See you next week. Bye.